people have compared the NPP track record, and I keep saying this. When I hear the NDC saying that the NPP, we are going to rig the elections, it's quite funny. We will win these elections with our superior track record, nothing more, nothing less. We are going to have a transparent elections, clean elections, fair elections. There will be no intimidation. And the New Patriotic Party will win these elections with His Excellency H.E Dr. Mahama Over, fight as a central figure in these destabilizing schemes. The MPP is also serving notice that any individual who attempts to foment chaos during the December 7th election, especially in the Ashanti region, should think twice, as such actions will be met not equal force, but with much bigger force to protect the peace, stability, and democratic process of
groundswell support for the ideas that the New Patriotic Party is putting forward. Captured in our manifesto, both solution for jobs and for business. That is what we are offering this afternoon. And our national organizer will be shedding some thoughts on our preparations and some of the findings that we are making in relation to our opponents who know that they don't have any vision, who offers no ideas except the usual politics of lies, politics of threat and violence that they are offering. Some findings that we have made, which in actual fact, they have preempted our country, will be better. So I would like at this point to introduce the national organizer of the party to read our statements today. Thank you.
Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me start with the good news. I bring you good news. We have 18 more days to December 7th, if I'm right. Yes, 18 more days. And I can tell you that the New Patriotic Party is happy to announce that our flag bearer, our presidential candidate, His Excellency H.E Dr. Mahama Over, would be the next president of the Republic. From all indications, up, down the country, we are winning the presidential elections, and then we're also going to have a clear majority. The chaotic scenes perpetuated by the NDC in Parliament will be the thing of the past. The New Patriotic Party will have a clear majority in Parliament, and we urge all Ghanaians to vote massively for the New Patriotic Party. The reason is simple. The people have compared the NPP track record, and I keep saying this. When I hear the NDC saying that the NPP, we are going to rig the elections, it's quite funny. We will win these elections with our superior track record, nothing more, nothing less. We are going to have a transparent elections, clean elections, fair elections. There will be no intimidation. And the New Patriotic Party will win these elections with His Excellency H.E Dr. Mahama Over as the next president. The people of Ghana have looked at Dr. Over, and they have also looked at the former president. You compare the two, these are two gentlemen, one championed 35 policies as we speak, 35. Because both of them, they've been vice presidents before. Now you go to the arena of former President Mahama. He told Ghanaians that he's been confined to social activities. He's been going for funerals, naming ceremonies, and that is it. So as a vice president, he could not champion a single policy. Not even a single policy The next president, His Excellency H.E Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, as a vice president, has championed 35 major policies. Parents, especially the 5.7 million young persons from 2017, since we implemented free SHS. We are grateful to His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. 5.7 million young Ghanaians have so far benefited from the free SHS and free TVET. And these people are genuinely worried about the fate of this destiny-changing policy. In an unlikely event, very, very, very far off, in an unlikely event, that the NDC wins. It's not going to happen, inshallah. The people know that the hands of Dr. Bawumia and the MPP, free SHS, is safe. Families, farmers, traders, professional workers, like teachers, in the 110 districts, and this has never happened before, unprecedented. One of the lessons we learned from COVID-19, or something positive that came out of COVID-19, will be the massive construction of 114 hospitals. Unprecedented. And I have traveled nationwide in all the 16 regions. And you see all of these hospitals at different stages of completion. I mean, we are talking about 80%. Different stages of completion. And it's massive. And these hospitals, after its completion, will provide 150,000 jobs. Nurses will be grateful. Doctors will be grateful. Physicians will be grateful. Health workers, all of them will be grateful. 150,000, both direct and indirect jobs. This is unprecedented. So when you take the area of education, our achievements there, our records there, unprecedented. Health, unprecedented. You recall that the NDC almost collapsed NHIS. They even promised one-term premium. They came in and put together a certain policy called capitation. This capitation almost collapsed our health sector regarding NHIA. In fact, by the time they were leaving office, we had 900 million in debt to pay to health providers. I'm not sure we want to go back to this government. This is that government that said that they are not magicians to provide jobs. If you're a young person, you want jobs, go into the forest, cut some grass, come and put it on the wayside, and then you sell to people. This is a government that said that if you want to enjoy stable electricity, be prepared to pay more. At the time, we were in Dumso for almost 5 years. Almost 5 years. And do not forget, we were not in COVID era. We didn't have COVID. We didn't have Russia-Ukraine war. We didn't have any global economic crisis worrying us. Yet we were told by the former president that our resources have been stripped to the bone. This is the same president or former president that wants to come back? Absolutely no. Again, everywhere you go, the issue of road is prominent, and the people asking for road know too well that in these 8 years of the MPP, we have built 4 times more roads than any other government. In fact, we have added close to about 13,000 kilometers of road. And recently you saw the Flower Pot flyover. And we have almost about 10 interchanges now. And again, I've traveled. And every proper road network in all the regions is being done by the MPP. And I can tell you that in all the 16 regions, you see massive footprints of road construction under the MPP government. Also, Ghanaians are looking for a leader who will be accountable to them in the year 2028 or 2028. Look, former President Mahama, if you give your vote to him, he's never going to account to you again. Why? Because he's exiting after 4 years. Already, he has asked for a honeymoon. A former president who is coming back and saying that, look, when you come, please take your time for me. When I come, take your time for me. And that I need to go on a honeymoon. Give me some break. I'm not sure that he's a serious person coming to serve us. Somebody who says, that is the policy. In fact, you've been president before and vice president before. You need to propose some major policy, groundbreaking policy, something that is explosive, something that is mind-boggling. And then you are proposing what? And what do we hear again? Nightclubs will be open 24 hours so that young persons will go and waste their lives there. In this era, you are proposing 24-hour running of nightclubs. This man is a danger. And I don't think that will allow him to come back. They know what means for business and good job. Ghanaians want certainty. They know the economy is fast recovering, and all indicators show. And they want a safe pair of hands that can steer for the good and prosperity of all. They know our history, that when it comes to policies that benefit the masses, the poor and the needy, it is the MPP and not the NDC. It is this reality of John Mahama facing his third successive defeat. And he is going to be defeated again. He was defeated in the year 2016. Massive defeat, unprecedented defeat. It's never happened. And it was because of his poor performance. He was again defeated in the year 2020. And he is going to suffer another defeat in 2024. Ghanaian people are not ready for any violence. We shall not sacrifice our peace and stability to satisfy the wishes of a leader who had his chance and failed miserably with it. History does not favor John Mahama, and the future will not favor Ghanaians under John Mahama. Ghana's democratic journey has been a shining light on the African continent. As a beacon of democracy, our nation's elections have consistently reflected the will of the people, ensuring peace, stability, and progress. However, as we approach the December 7th general election, the New Patriotic Party is uncovering disturbing plans by the National Democratic Congress to adopt violent tactics in a desperate bid to intimidate voters and to disrupt electoral process. This will never happen. This press conference seeks to expose those dangerous schemes and then also to emphasize our commitment to a peaceful electoral process and rally all well-meaning Ghanaians to stand firm against any attempt by the NDC to mar the beauty of the upcoming December 7th election, which they see as slipping away from them. Indeed, it's gone from them. Now, information available to the NPP reveals that several months ago, the NDC has been training thugs in pockets of communities, including Obuasi East constituency, under the guise of private security training. These individuals are being prepared to disrupt electoral process, particularly in Ashanti region, which is the MPP stronghold. We are aware that recently, November 11th, 2024, the NDC Committee on Mining, led by one Tony Obi, former Chief Executive Officer, Minerals Commission, held a secret meeting with some NDC small-scale miners at the conference hall of Mauli Hotel in Bidiam in the Obuasi West municipality. One of the aims of the meeting was to recruit some members of the pro-NDC small-scale miners to form part of the NDC's Eagle Force Vigilante group, which will be deployed to some MPP polling stations with the aim of causing mayhem on elections day. The MPP is also aware of mobile money transactions directly linking leading NDC members to payments made to these train tax. These individuals are being deployed to strategic locations in the Upper East and Upper West regions to foment trouble as well. We have also discovered plans by the NDC to use ambulances to transport weapons to these tax on elections day. This deceitful strategy will also not work under our watch. Additionally, on elections day, the NDC plan to deploy thugs on motorbikes to shoot indiscriminately in MPP stronghold with the aim of creating fear and panic to suppress voter turnout and to disrupt the counting process. We are also well informed that some NDC members, led by a retired commissioner of police, Nathan Kofi Boakye, are coordinating efforts to escalate insecurity in Ashanti region and other MPP strongholds. This plan includes engaging armed robbers and other criminal elements to increase cases of robbery and kidnapping in the days leading up to the elections. We are assured that the security forces are on top of this, and Ghanaians have very little to worry about. But we need to make Ghanaians aware of the evil intentions of the opposition party, an opposition that has used the last 4 years to frustrate government business and want to use the defeat that awaits them on December 7th to disturb our democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the enactment of the Anti-Vigilantism Act, the NDC on November 4th tried to launch a certain vigilante group called Azoka Boys. The police disrupted this move, and it was in the Aswansi constituency in Ashanti region. These individuals, known for their violent activities in previous elections, have been tasked with intimidating voters in Ashanti region to undermine voter confidence and to disrupt electoral violence. It is disheartening that the said launch of this supposed Azoka Boys was in the full glare of the public, and it was happening the same day the Peace Council and the Christian Council were launching the peace campaign. We want to assure Ghanaians that the MPP has seen through the NDC's plans and will use all lawful means to safeguard the sanctity of December 7th election and defend Ghana's democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, November 19th, 2024, the National Communications Officer of the NDC convened a press conference where he made baseless, frivolous allegations that the MPP is planning to rig the December 7th elections. Among his outlandish claims, he alleged that Brigadier General Opoku, the general officer commanding of the Central Command of Ghana Armed Forces, is part of a supposed scheme involving ballot stuffing, swapping of ballot boxes and pig sheet, and other clandestine activities to tilt the balance of victory in favor of the MPP ahead of December 7th elections. These allegations, he claimed, are targeted at the Ashanti region, beginning from the special voting exercise scheduled for December 2nd. Permit me to say this, that the statement is, the allegations made by the National Communication Officer and the NDC are entirely baseless, devoid of any iota of credible evidence, and represent yet another desperate attempt by the NDC to raise tension and distract the people of Ghana from their own misdeeds. You level against a reputable army officer baseless allegations. You do not provide any, not even a single evidence, and yet you want us to take you serious. I have said that nobody can rig these elections. Look, we will vote at the polling station. We will count at the polling station. Collation will be done. The new patriotic party shall emerge victorious. His Excellency, the Vice President, will be the next president. Nobody can foment any sort of trouble, whatever form, whatever shape. I dare, if you want, try. Nobody. We will vote in peace. We will cast our ballot in peace. Ghana will be united. Ghana will not fall. And I'm telling you, the new patriotic party shall emerge victorious. Indeed, the NDC's communications officer and the NDC failed to substantiate their claim with facts or evidence, demonstrating that this is nothing more than a fabrication designed to divert attention from NDC's own wicked machinations to destabilize the Ashanti region, all because it is a stronghold of the MPP. Ladies and gentlemen, the NDC's desperation is palpable. Their press conference is part of a broader strategy to create unnecessary tension, fear, and panic in the Ashanti region by manufacturing an atmosphere of insecurity. Unfortunately, in doing so, the NDC has stopped to tarnishing the hard-earned reputation of Brigadier General Opoku and the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces. Such baseless attacks on the integrity of the armed forces are reckless and dangerous. And you recall, it's this same National Communications Officer who, before the 2020 election, said that all security personnel recruited during the regime of the new patriotic party, they should know that their tenure is coterminous with that of the new patriotic party. And so, if you were recruited, so we are talking about the over 100,000 security personnel recruited under the new patriotic party. This reckless statement from the NDC's National Communication Officer suggested that in an unlikely event that the NDC is back, they are going to terminate the appointment of every immigration officer, every police officer, every military officer every prison officer, all security officers who were recruited from 2017 to 2024. Such reckless statement. That is the same person saying, throwing all of these baseless allegations around. Let it be known that the MPP will not tolerate any such devilish plans by the NDC. We call on the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and all security and intelligence agencies to closely monitor individuals like COP Kofi Boache, who have been identified as a central figure in these destabilizing schemes. The MPP is also serving notice that any individual who attempts to foment chaos during the December 7th election, especially in the Ashanti region, should think twice, as such actions will be met not equal force, but with much bigger force to protect the peace, stability, and democratic process of our nation. Let history serve as a warning to the NDC that no party since the year 2000, at least, has ever succeeded in using violence to win an election. No party. On the contrary, violence undermines the effort of those who plan it and strengthens the resolve of the party it targets. The NDC would do well to abandon their destructive plans and focus on competing peacefully and fairly. The MPP remains a party of peace, committed to free, fair, and transparent elections. We will, however, not countenance any attempt to subvert the will of the people through intimidation or violence. We call on all well-meaning Ghanaians to reject the NDC's tactics and stand firm in defending our democracy. Let us show the world once again that Ghana is a shining example of peaceful and credible elections. And again, it is important that His Excellency H.E Dr. Mahama Over is number one on the ballot. Is number one on the ballot. The elephant is our symbol. The elephant is our winning symbol. And all our parliamentary candidates are also number one on the ballot. Thank you very much. And before yada must say your friend more motimi aba. And Mudi Ayasamba, Kunedi kind, Mediasam Papipa, Nedi Cambrem. Mamenka Angel Obibia said, Yamia Daruma. Your campaigner, your chassier, Metimiaka, Ewa Hase, Yametiasi. Yamia Duma, December 7th, Yabetwaba. Yabekin kind. Na December 8th, you know. Mekase Yamiani Munyam say, na His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. H.E Mahama Over, a president-elect of the Republic. Na mekase Yamiani Munyam bien say, eye imrashe bedwamunso. Ye benya clear majority. Ye benya a manaka capacity ye benya no ebeburu ma adwene mo ntiase so. Na medical ka say abawe obi enu obetumi awiem. MPP party yenya ya adwen da, yenya ya adwen so da. Tie be wia babim. San say ye gye yehudi say ya ye adwuma. Ye gye yehudi say wo ba school semu a. Enne ye mofra 5.7 million. Enne omuntu admission fee. Omuntu books free. Exercise books free. MPP aban. Na abadi sika show bibia abotom. And then admission abaya young for you go school and I say your offers no your man. Ka went to your grand car between 15,000 to 18,000 Ghana cedis. Says ka we is car aban edia she obi bi aboto. And now obam pomudia. Ebi si da. Sa aban bi beba. Na wabon so ebi wo elubo nansi yana president say we asawen so de okobia no akontomra ebi si. Into oba impomuden so a ebi si da. Oba ya kwan yi a ebi si da. Ghana ha fa na nyina. Ye yi a kwan chen NDC aban emmo ho emprebe ennan. Enti ye gie hudi say ye nyuma pa ya ye na ena ye bo ho dawuru. E dia che Ghana fo. Na ye pese ye ma obibia te ase se adwempo bone a ekura NDC fo. Ebi ni se nanu ye omukoye meeting awo Maoli Hotel Obuasi West Municipality na penny a omasoma no eye Tony Obin se omo penipa a tutrase munti ye betu omo ka na eda a ye beto aba no duru ho a omakoye anyamransem atutrasem we ade a ye hu na emma so ne emma so kina na ye pa ho ntoma ama Ghana fo ehu ebiem sa wo sa hwa oma ye oma dwen se o ye bepe omo a atutrasem ye de atwa mafunuma na nkada ye beto aba no omo titi motorbike so na omo kutatuo ni asekan na omo di nhunahuna omo kwa akoto aba na saa nyema wo ya titiriw no e oba a MPP ahoden gina pa eye polling stations a MPP ahoden gina e no mpese omudi sa adwuma yi ebiem ye sa ya ka kire omo se obi bia ya behan wo se wo famra ne che wo nsem na wo de wa kra fie o ni ama wutuo ya ma wo sekan se fa ko hunahunu bi se na utie mi asesa wadwene san se ni aba wo so no eso chen ni aba wo so pen enti membo hu musuo se obi di sekafia bi e di afamo mo so di ama enti o ba be sei odache membo hu musuo kra se ye do afantitie bim se ye be ma wutuo ana adwempo a eyo mo se o ye di tuo no egu Yewura Muhammadu Bawumia na bedi eche Yewura napo. We have been to all constituencies. Ya ye juma, ya ton yensem. Obie ti dance ye say. Ya e campaign pa and sa campaign ya ma Ghana fo nyina hu say. Den e na ye de Ghana hye yensa. Ghana dache e wo sibre pa. Nti ni adaje a ye di edwin ho kra say ye ba be wi abato. Nebusiafo wamamunya asunte se omunim so omadi nkuguo omunim se aba ye ba betui. The fortunes have tilted in favor of the MPP. That's a abato ni mwani monyampa no akwakodi MPP for ho enu ntia yam hihia aba enti yemfa kwan bia so nanka abato yense no emma so da emma so ne emma so china na ansa na mewie no mesrese obiantie ni yipa obia ni ha Ghana ha obetimi abon ho safo hene se ono de obesai abato aye babeto no nobody obia ni hono Ghana ha ya omra wa ha wa obeya na mra no obeti na wo si atutrasem bia obeye no one here to trust me about wow sono ebe yehu mesre wo yire wo ma obi a wafaw se me ma usika puma bi kona koye to trustam kona koye patapasam mesre tu hufo mesre pa tu hufo abato yi ye beto ne fine Yewura H.E Dr. Mahama Over or you're number 1 on the ballot. Ofa about to krata na on the kind. ɔsono ɛyɛ n'ahyɛnsodeɛ n'anim da hɔ kama ɔyɛ bɛrima nimonyamfoɔ ne ho ɔpɛ yie n'anim da hɔ paa ogyina hɔ ma hann ne aka nyinaa yɛ sum to wokɔ a na ɔhwɛ hann no a ɛno ano no ne aka nyinaa yɛ sum ɛhwɛ baabi a sɛ wosa akɔfa mmarahyɛbadwam krataa na yɛde to aba no nso a yɛ mmarahyɛbadwafoɔ nyinaa wokɔ constituency biara obiara da number 1 all the 275 constituencies nyinaa no MPP mmarahyɛbadwafoɔ nyinaa ɛda number 1 ɔsono no ɛyɛ ɔmahyɛnsodeɛ mesrɛ wokɔ a na wato aba no ama number 1 abusuafoɔ medase nyame nhyira mo